magic spins.
For all the news and what's in store, the greatest show you can't ignore. It's the Miles of Fun Show. The Miles of Fun Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's Miles of Fun. I'm your host, Kevin Miles, and I decided to do things a little different today. A couple weeks back, I went to the Coasters After Dark event, and I kind of started off filming some things, but I didn't really film enough things to do a whole trip report. And I've been to the park about 4 or 5 times this month. I did a couple trip report videos for the first Coasters After Dark, or the second Coasters After Dark, and the we call it the Flamingo Beach Club Oceans of Fun party. You can find those on my channel under the trip report playlist, so feel free to check those out. But I kind of wanted to just go live a little bit and talk a little bit about my experiences at the other Coasters After Dark event, and just generally throughout the month of July. Right before I was going to go live, I went to look for some footage that I had gotten, and I can't seem to find it. And I'm hunting. I'm missing a bunch of footage that I had. So that could be concerning. I'm still jumping around in my Okay, now I have duplicate files. This might be it. It is. Oh, I found it. I found the footage I was looking for, which should have been in that other folder. Okay. So not all is lost. Thankfully, we can do this stream. I'm going to have to bounce back and forth between folders here. All right. So first off, let's talk a little bit about the state of the park. Oh no. Hang on. I messed up somewhere. Let me make sure I'm live on. Yes, I am live on YouTube. Okay. So I just need to make sure I've got some housekeeping behind the scenes here to do real quick. Stay tuned with me. So a little bit about the state of the park while I do this. One of the things that a lot of people have been complaining about since the beginning of the season are the technology issues, the dining plan issues, the gift cards, the just overall basic things about the park that aren't functioning. Basic things about just being able to use your pass, use your money, come in and do things, things that people had paid for from Six Flags, not able to use at Enchanted Parks. And a lot of that is due to technology. A lot of that is due to young, untrained staff trying to use that technology or being confused about park policy. That does not mean the entire park or the entire company of Enchanted Parks is broken. That means you had a negative experience. And it's unfortunate when we have negative experiences. I've had my own negative experiences. And let's start off by talking about one of the biggest negative experiences I had. Because we'll do a little park review as we're gonna have it. I've talked a little bit about my experiences on June 14th, Flag Day. A lot of people who were at the park that day were very upset at the state of the park. there were a lot of things not functioning, rides not running. Just all in all, the heat was bad that day. There weren't a lot of food and beverage options open. It was really, really a negative experience all the way around. And other people have given their reviews of that particular day. I'm not going to pile on, but to say that then I went back to the park 3 days later and all the rides were running. Some of the rides that had been under refurbishment the whole season up to that point were running. Um, and we're still seeing stuff like that. I heard that this very weekend, they're aiming to have Steelhawk finally up. I don't know if at this point in time they have gotten it up and running. Mm, uh-oh. I thought I fixed that. Let me just double check something real quick. Okay, yeah, it's working. All right. My apologies for all the behind the scenes stuff. So what we're gonna do, I since I didn't do a trip report for any of these trips that I made to the park over the last few weeks, I'm gonna bring up some photos and videos that I took around the park. Let me just see here. Oh my lord, I've got too many windows open. My bad, folks. Uh, so eventually we're gonna get this on the ball. Where was I? What was I talking about before? I was distracted by my notifications and things not showing up right in my feed here. Oh yeah, I was talking about the state of the park. And it seems like every week things get just a little better. And just a little better, I mean the small stuff, not necessarily the big stuff. People are still having dining plan issues, which by the way, I do understand that Enchanted Park sent out another email today claiming that the final gift cards have been sent. So, yeah, if you haven't gotten yours, make sure you're emailing that dining plan at enchantedparks uh, .com if you were entitled to a refund. If you filled out that form that needed to be filled out by mid-May and you still hadn't gotten a dining plan refund, he claims the gift cards have been sent. So if you haven't gotten yours, then there's a serious issue in the system. And again, it's not necessarily Enchanted Park's fault. It's not James Harhigh's fault. Sometimes it is, you know, he had to send them off to Six Flags Entertainment Corporation to be reviewed, verified, and the amount of money for the refund confirmed and sent back to him, and then he was able to release that via a gift card or some people did get cash refund. Some people were told their cash refund wouldn't be available and they had to take a gift card. And then other people got kind of a combination of both. Other people were told, "Look, your refund's not coming. We don't know what's going on with Six Flags, but we can see something on our end regarding a dining plan. So we're going to give you 20% gift card, and you're going to have to go to Six Flags and demand a refund from them." So I understand those people are really unhappy, and I'm not necessarily telling those people to go harass uh, dining plan at enchantedparks.com. But yeah. Mhm. Okay, let me get I undeleted a bunch of stuff, so I have double and triple double and triple a lot of the stuff that was in my folders because I upon realizing lost some videos, I went and undeleted a bunch of stuff. So now I've got things in way too many places. Complete disorganization right now. All right, so I'm going to start with the stuff that I know I wanted to talk about. Let's sort by date. Oh, come on. Well, I sorted by date. Okay. Let me bring this up. I wonder if wonder if I could do this in where are my video players? I know I can't use Windows Media Player, but VLC maybe? Can I make a playlist? Uh-huh. I can. All right. So let's. Is there a way to. There we go. But will they stay that way or will they go in alphabetical order? Trying to do it by date here. All right. Let's try it. And no, they are not in any kind of order. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I wasted my time with that, but we'll go ahead and let's just go ahead and do this. We'll do sort of we'll just do it like we're doing what do you call it? A photo album here. We'll just browse it like a photo album, like a slideshow. And I'll talk a little bit about why I took each photo and video and what you could see. And of course, we've got some longer videos because a lot of this might be some of the shows. And, I want to talk a little bit about why I took a lot of these photos because uh, a lot of this was because I noticed little improvements at the park or little differences I hadn't noticed before or little interesting tidbits about the park that I hadn't noticed before and wanted to ask people online about. And we're going to start off with one of the latter. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. All right. Okay, so what you're seeing here is the Viking Voyager's first little mini lift hill on the right. But I was curious about this giant pile of rocks on the left. Apparently, it has been there for at least over a month. So I don't know what's going on with this pile of rocks. I don't know how long it's been there. I'm gonna have to dig through some of my older footage and see what that is. I just noticed that this past week. So let's go ahead and skip to the next file. Okay, so this was the other day. These last few pictures were from Friday. Uh, so this was from the other day. You notice this red yellow scaffolding around Steelhawk. I heard reports that like that goes up with the ride and they can work on it up in the sky. I didn't see that for myself, so I don't know that that's true, but like you see the water dummies down here, they're really getting that testing going, and I'm expecting that they are going to get the ride going pretty dang soon if it has not already been going. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the next thing. Oh, yep. So I at the park this week, I used my Enchanted Parks app to get into the park. Oh, I used my Enchanted Parks app to get into the park. And when I did that, uh, the entry gate staff member asked me, "Hey, do you mind taking a picture real quick?" And they took a picture, and then they scanned my pass again, and then they scanned this and handed it to me and said, "Here's your new physical pass." So I noticed they were doing this at Valley Fair and at St. Louis over the last few months, but we finally got them at Worlds of Fun. If you've got the old Six Flags pass, I would advise you to at least try downloading the Enchanted Parks app and uploading your pass to that. It might pop up as invalid or redeemed. Don't worry about that. It'll be under your entitlements as invalid and redeemed, or inactive, excuse me, inactive and redeemed. That's fine. It just shows that you're gonna have access, and then perhaps once you have the app, then they can transfer you over to one of these physical cards, And yeah, these physical cards are going to come in handy in events like Coasters After Dark, so you don't have to have your cell phone. I know they were doing wristbands this last time for Coasters After Dark, which is fine. But if you're already there at 6 o'clock, you don't want to have to go walk all the way back to the entrance to get your wristband. So having one of these handy is always a good idea. All right, so there's that. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next file. Okay, what did I take a picture of here? Oh, this is I slid my phone under the fence and took a picture of the progress of the new pathway. This is the new walkway between Mamba and Surfs Up Pavilion over at the Oceans of Fun side. I've just been kind of trying to make sure I get an update on any of the construction happening around the park. Just little taste tests to see what they're doing. Here's another view of that. Let's see, mm, what is the date on that? That was back on July 12th. So now we're looking at July 12th. And also on July 12th, I want to bring up this next thing. I think I know the order this is playing now. Nope, I was wrong. This is not it. Okay. Uh, so I gotta see what the dang playlist brings up, and then go make sure I can see what date this was. This was also July 12th. Okay, good. Okay, so this was one of the shows, one of the Peanuts dance shows. I don't understand exactly what's going on here. If this is the same dance show that they were having in the Peanuts shop. I know they were having a dance show in the Peanuts shop, but then they're also having this one. And this guy here appears to be the same guy that was running the Splash Crew. I don't know about these other folks, if they were part of the Splash Crew or not. But I know this guy was on the Splash Crew right here when they were doing those shows at Oceans of Fun, which, by the way, those are coming back. I think they might be back this weekend. I need to go look at that calendar again. But this was a very interesting show. I think I might have some video of it. That might be what's next. Nope. Okay, so this was new a couple weeks back. A little photo op back by Timberwolf. So this is going to be still a couple weeks ago. Little photo op back by Timberwolf. If you want it to look like you're in the stocks, go ahead and take your kiddo over there and get a picture snapped. All right. So okay, I took a picture of this. This is a sign for one of the new shows over in the Possum Trot Wild West area, and we'll get into this in a little bit as well. I do have some footage of this show that I would like to get into. I was gonna save it for a Possum Trot video, which I may still put out a Possum Trot video with the footage, but we'll get into some of that here tonight. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay. So, what do we have here? What can we see here? I brought this up to some other old heads, old Worlds of Fun heads, especially folks who used to work at the park, because I found this very interesting. So, this is the old amphitheater up here behind the 3-point challenge. Like over here to the left, that you can't see in the photo, this is across from Fury of the Nile. And then over here to the left is the Sand Dune Cafe and Mamba. And so over here, we've got the amphitheater. Now, behind all this, there are some Fury of the Nile rafts in storage behind here. But what we see here is this spool of wire attached to a pickup truck. And then we see wire coming over the fence and going down into this open hatch in the ground. Now, I don't know what's going on there. Okay, now we're just got some random Worlds of Oceans of Fun pictures. There's me. All right, am I still on the 12th? me double check. Properties. Yes, we are still on the 12th of July. And this is going to be, I'm going to wind up bouncing around the month with this stuff. So yeah, this was basically, now the Viking Voyager ride photo is finally working after being closed for a couple of years. I've actually, you know what? I didn't bring it up, but let's go ahead and do that. I've actually got a photo of myself on Viking Voyager finally. I do have some thoughts though about this, so let's go. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work. I'm going to have to download it off the other browser because I don't have my password handy. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, download. All right. I do have some thoughts about this. Let me go ahead and bring this up. Okay. So that's just not going to open. So let me bring this up. Okay. So I have some thoughts about this. For one, you can't really see the ride at all. It's like they cropped out everything that has to do with the ride and just have you and your family inside the boat with this superimposed AI Viking ship image around you. I don't like this. I want to be able to see the ride. I don't like this one bit. So I won't be partaking in the Viking Voyager photo very often. All right, I'll bring this back up. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. All right. Just took a picture of some menu items, cookies, brownies. We've got the train. Okay, I want to take a picture of this because this used to be called the Sippin' Chalet, and now it's called Swedish Dippin' Chalet. So Swedish dip, of course, is going to be like a cheese dip. So I'm assuming, for the theme park, this is going to wind up becoming something like a pretzel bites and cheese kind of thing. Who knows? I thought this sign on the side of Fjord Fjerlane was pretty interesting because the J in disturb, disturb, do not disturb operator. Pretty nice and Dutch of them to throw a J in disturb. Okay, now we're getting into more possum trot stuff. We've got wanted posters of the Meegi gang, and now here's the thing. A lot of times when I go to the park, it's after work. And last season, the park was open a little later. It's one of the complaints people have about the park is that they just close too early. Last season, I was able, because of my transportation situation, I was able to go about 3 times a week. Now I'm lucky if I can get to the park once or twice a week, and they're having all these events, so I'm trying to get there for the events. I'm going after work. I'm not there during the day. And of course, on the weekends, I've been doing things like trips to Silver Dollar City. I'm seeing movies with my family. I do try to get out to the park, but sometimes when I go to the park, I just want to go to Oceans of Fun for a while. Or sometimes when I go to the park, I'm just trying to hit a couple roller coasters, and then I got to go do some grocery shopping afterward. And so I don't have time to do all the things I want to do at the park. And so one of the things I've been trying hard to do, I just mentioned that I wanted to put together a video of all of the Possum Trot content, all of the content from the Wild West section of the park, so that, kind of like a welcome to Possum Trot video. I've really been wanting to put that together. I have no idea what these wanted signs are. I'm assuming that I've heard in previous seasons that these wanted posters are for character actors who are walking around that section of the park. And if you point them out, you might be able to get a sheriff badge or something. That was previous seasons. I'm assuming that's the case this season. I have never seen this person in the park. I've never seen some of the other persons in the park. Now, this Mayor Paul Longbottom, I have. And this is confusing to me because this is what's confusing to me is because Mayor Paul Longbottom is a character who's part of the the what was it called? Critter Campaign show, and he's part of the Saloon show. However, this is an advertisement for the Great American Train Adventure, which he is not in. Not sure what's going on, why we have a logo for the Great American Train Adventure show. Just interesting little tidbits that I find in the park that I'm like, okay, this doesn't make sense. They need, Worlds of Fun desperately needs to work on its mascots, its park characters, its themes. It's almost there. Like you could really create a seamless magical experience, an immersive experience, but you got to be a little more consistent with it, and you got to be a little clearer. Like Critter Campaign was never on the website. I don't believe the Saloon show was ever on the website. All this Possum Trot content, you can't find out any information about it from the park, from Enchanted Parks, from any of this. And we're going to get into some of that too here in a little bit. Some other complaints I have about finding out event information from Enchanted Parks. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next one. So here's yet another Meegee Gang wanted poster. I've never seen this person in the park. Now this Red Bart, like he's the leader of the Meegee Gang. I have seen him walking around the park, but not enough. Like not enough. I've definitely seen other cast members way more often than I've seen Red Bart. And we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, I took a picture of this because this is the upgrade. The upgrade, and I think I took this one just the other day. Why is this so random? It's like it's taking images from the beginning. Okay, I can't even find this image in my folder to tell you when it was taken. Okay, here we go. I found it. Properties. Yes, this was taken July 31st, and I'm assuming the next one will be too. So now they got an upgraded season pass. So right now they're running that family 4-pack sale where for $50 a ticket, you can get admission, dining, an all-day drink cup, and free parking for $50 a person, but you have to buy 4 of them. And so this would be a good way to upgrade that $50 ticket, throw another 40 with it, and now you've got a hero pass for essentially $90. Not a bad deal. All right. And of course, I took a picture of the restrooms. I took a picture of the restrooms because someone in the worldsoffun.org group, of course, the admin, Jennifer over there, she mentioned about maybe putting out a blog post or making some content about areas of the park that are air conditioned. I do find it funny that some of the restrooms are air conditioned, but some of the buildings that actual staff members have to work in all day are not. Okay, and again, here we go. Another one of the air-conditioned spots around the park that I wanted to take a picture of because I always use this building, the Morocco Mercantile Exchange. If I'm not going to Zambezi Zinger, I will cut through this building every single time. If I'm going to Zambezi Zinger, I'm taking a left. If I'm coming up the hill from the Prowler area, I'm taking a left towards Zambezi Zinger. But if I'm not doing that, I'm taking a right and cutting through this building to get to the other side and absorbing a little air conditioning on my way. Same thing if I'm coming from Europa or the Egypt area to get toward the Serengeti area. I will cut through the Morocco Mercantile and catch a little air conditioning. So that's just another idea for a future video I might do. So I took a picture. All right. Okay, so I also caught the Rewind show. It's last weekend this weekend, and this is the very end of the show. Of course, everything's out of order on this weird playlist. So, just gonna. Okay, that's just an image. Okay, and then I took a picture of the empty stage afterward. Okay, here's another picture of the Migi gang. So is this trying to say they are part of the railroad show? And so here we go, Great American Train Adventure, but it's also called Moonshine Mishaps. So who knows? Interesting, again, no branding consistency whatsoever. Just random stuff just posted all over the Wild West area. I took a picture of the hat shop. Uh, you can't go in. It's just sort of a little structure there with no real purpose except for you to look in the windows and see the interesting theming. Possum Trot City Hall from the backside. Now that you see they got a water fountain and bottle refill station there. Oftentimes on the other side is where the Possum Trot actors will kind of hang around and stand in front of, and you could kind of take photo ops with them. And I think I got a picture of the other side of it. Here it is. And a lot of times, good old Cyclone Sam will stand here. We'll have a video of Cyclone Sam here talking about one of his weather machines here in just a minute. You got yet another Paul Longbottom for mayor sign here, and an advertisement for the Possum Trot Follies show at Cyclone Sadie Saloon, the saloon show. And that's going to be, if you see this building, the saloon show is going to be off to your right at this building. So here's the Cyclone Sadie Saloon. If the Possum Trot actors are walking around, they might have this jail door open. You can get a little photo op behind the bars. It's not open very often. They also have up the stairs here the Undertaker house, and we've got some photos of it. And then you could got a little photo op here of the open coffin. You can kind of lay there with your arms crossed and have someone take a photo for you, so you can upload that to social media. And again, we got the funeral parlor here. Just more photos of the Migi gang just everywhere. I still don't understand it. Photo of the Wild West sign itself with all these little trinkets hanging from it. You got the skull, the ropes, horseshoes, washboard, wash tub, barrels, buckets. Just some interesting thematic elements around the park. I don't think have we went in a circle yet? Nope, not quite. So earlier this year, I took a picture of this sign by the entrance of the park because it was a digital video board that would show the Enchanted Parks logo, but it would also show an advertisement for the Six Flags app and have like a barcode QR code you could scan to go download the Six Flags app. I guess they got sick of that playing on the video screen and just put up this poster board of a balloon. this week. That was brand new, that I could tell this week. Right now, this sale is going on at the, Plaza Gift Shop, which, by the way, Plaza Gifts was one of the places I wanted to take a picture of for the air conditioning, video. I wanted to talk about air-conditioned areas in Worlds of Fun. I was gonna take a picture of Plaza Gifts. Plaza Gifts is hot. It's steaming hot in that place. But anyway, right now, they're running this deal, where if you buy a hoodie, uh, most of these hoodies are gonna be running about 50 bucks. So you got a Prowler, a Spinning Dragons, a Timberwolf, or an Orient Express hooded sweatshirt in Plaza Gifts, 50 bucks for one of those. Then they also have Prowler, Spinning Dragons, or Timberwolf t-shirts for 10 bucks to go with it. So for about 60 bucks, you can walk away with a hoodie and a t-shirt at Plaza Gifts right now. And of course, if you're a pass holder, you get that pass holder discount. I think it stacks. I'm not sure. Okay, I think we have went in a circle now. Nope, not quite. This is yet another picture I took of the Zulu, trying to get a picture down in here to see what's going on with the motor. And then I just took this because I love the photo. I love this sign. I heard at the Ace event earlier this year, I heard they gave away one of these signs as part of the auction. Not gave away, but auctioned one of these signs. And man, that would be amazing to have. I really want one of these. Also, I noticed so I ate at River City Grill on Friday, and when I came out, I noticed this sign. So I'm assuming they now have a little snack bar stand set up here, with corn dogs, smoked corn, and popcorn, and pretzels, and nachos. So there you go. I don't know if or when it's open. I never know when these things are open and when they're not. That's the other frustrating thing about Worlds of Fun is they don't really have hours. It's just kind of you show up, and if the place you want to eat is open, it's open. If the ride you want to ride is open, it's open. If not, hey, just keep walking around. And hopefully eventually this stuff will be in the app, but as of right now, that technology's still coming. All right, now we're getting into the videos. Apparently, it wanted to do all the photos first. Now it's going to do the videos. I just was getting random B-roll of the Predator's plunge from the parking lot here. I'm gonna. I don't know if you folks can hear the audio, but I'm going to turn that down. In fact, let me go over to YouTube real quick and unmute it. Sorry, I gotta be check and see if I can hear it here. But, I do wanna just throw a shout out. A lot of people have been asking if they can wear, aqua shoes. You can, but you can't do it on the tube slide. So anything you have to carry an inner tube, you cannot wear aqua shoes. Uh, Shout out to Jillian in the chat, by the way. Good to see you. And I still haven't my YouTube playback's not working. Alright. I'm just gonna let that play for a second. So, yeah, amazing stuff. You can see the wave pool, how packed it was. Let me see when this was. This was a while back. This was on July 12th. So a lot of this is gonna be July 12th. Yeah, and apparently the audio is not working on these videos, thankfully. So there's not much of a risk of folks hearing random voices or anything from these videos. So I did ride the train on the 12th. And just a side note, I was at the park on the 12th. Right before I rode the train, I ran into somebody, an executive who works at the park. I'll just leave it at that. An executive who works at the park basically had a nice little conversation. Asked me, how I was doing, how I felt about the park, whatever. Told me a little bit about where he came from. He appreciated the shirt that I was wearing at the time because I always wear my shirts of other parks. And he one of the things I found interesting is like he is literally an executive, but he was essentially walking around the park picking up litter. He was making sure the park was clean and making sure people were happy and interacting with people, even though I know his job like doesn't really bring him necessarily around the park in such an urgent fashion. He's not necessarily a guest interaction type of role in other companies. That role would not be a guest interaction type of role, uh, in my opinion. But he had it going on. All right, so but anyway, so I was about to ride the train and I saw this sign, pretty interesting sign. I basically took this footage as a little B-roll, kind of just an interesting little history of Eli, little B-roll in case I want to do a future video about the Worlds of Fun train. Of course, here's the train coming into the station to unload and reload all the human beings. And basically just some pictures from around the station, video of the train getting ready to roll. Got a little sign telling them where they stopped the train at. Some footage leaving Europa. Got some footage of people going around on the Viking Voyager that we discussed earlier. Oh, I wonder if you could see. Oh, I'm probably too close. That picture of the rocks was down here. I'm going to be too close to notice it. Oh man, that would have been nice to catch a good view from the train, but I don't know. But then again, I do know because yeah, other people took pictures back in June of those rocks there. Okay, the reason I took a picture of or a video reason I took a video of Sea Dragon is Sea Dragon was down for much of June and early July. It was back running by mid-July, but again, Zulu was down. Zulu still down. Okay. And one of the reasons I wanted to take the train, because like I said, I wanted to do my possum trot video. No trotters around, stay away. Your last chance, Yumi Yucca Mesa. So this is Yumi Yucca is part of the possum trot lore. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I got to stop and appreciate that real quick. Look at that view. You could see three amazing roller coasters. And really, there's a fourth hidden behind here, right? But you could see three amazing roller coasters right there in that shot. Got Mamba in the background, the little green arch right there. You got Boomerang right here. And of course, you got my favorite sight in the world right here in the foreground, Prowler. The Prowler lift, the drop off the lift hill from the Prowler. Right here is one of my favorite moments at an amusement park is cresting that, especially at night. It's so hard to get footage of the Prowler from the ride station or anywhere in the accessible walkway areas. So I made sure to get some behind the scenes footage of Prowler while we were on the train. But I also wanted to get the train show. So I did kind of film the train show in its entirety. Here's a little more footage of, is that Prowler or Zinger? I think that's Prowler. Yeah. The twisted track kind of threw me off. Okay, you got this little cemetery, Yumiyuka Cemetery, plots available. A little more footage of Prowler. Now, look at that. Oh, that's a good point. Right there. See this right here? This is where the Titan track meets the end of the Titan track into the brake run. That Titan track on that last, you can see it over here too. Oh, but I'm in the way in the video here. Let me see if I can move myself over here. You see this up here? That's Titan track as well. You come off those bunny hops into that Titan track, and then you whip around that U curve. And that is just an amazing part of the ride this year. All right, let's go ahead and continue to play. Okay, so now we're into the train show. And again, I'm not going to have audio on this, so I'm hoping to eventually we'll get a possum trot video put together that's got some of this footage. So yeah, maybe these are, yeah, I think these are the people from the wanted posters, maybe. I don't know. I mean, she's not. Yeah, this is a little 10-minute video. You got, okay. So yeah, you got dynamite being thrown around the moonshine still. Dynamite being thrown in the outhouse. And then poof. Pretty fun little show. You know, it's not perfect. You know, we're not talking about Oscar level acting here. But it definitely is a good little time. Good little fun little time. I don't know how much longer. I don't know. I don't think the train show's running anymore, but definitely it's something to think about for next season. It is something I'm gonna, like I said, even if all the possum trot stuff's over, I think most of the possum trot stuff actually ended today. I could be wrong about that. I sent a question to the park, which let's get back into that for just a minute. Park review. Back to my park review. It's incredibly hard to know when you're communicating via official channels with the park, whether or not you're speaking with a representative actually at the park or representative with Enchanted Parks, or whether you're speaking with a third party hired company that's doing their customer service, or whether you're speaking with an AI chatbot. It's not always clear, but what's clear is a lot of times you do get incorrect information. Okay, so let's continue with our train tour. Got some more beautiful shots of Prowler. Got the Scrambler. Didn't mean to catch people walking there. There's the old tin can. Got a nice little view of the tin can from the railroad tracks. I love that thing. A lot of people hate how loud it is. I kind of like it. I do little air drumming to the tune of the anti-rollbacks. Clink, 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 clink. Pretty cool. All right. Another view of the zinger and the boomerang in the background. Now, I'm going to have to stabilize this footage a little bit before I can use it in B-roll, but definitely is going to go in my folder with a lot of B-roll. And then, of course, here's the train pulling back into the station, ending the train ride. Gotta love train rides. Oh, no, this is the video of Cyclone Sam I was talking about. I wish I could turn it up. I don't think you can hear this. I asked him if this was the Cloud Poofer 4000 because he said he had to make a compact version. The mayor told him to make a compact version, and he said no, it's more like the Cloud Poofer 4. Uh, but that's pretty much the whole video. Again, this was earlier in the month, just me taking video of some of the testing of Steelhawk and the sign saying we'll be soaring again. Let's see, what day were these taken? Mm, Properties. I think this was before. Yeah, this is still July 12th. All right. Still talking July 12th. So I saw this bottle and I found it interesting because they had little barbecue cups, but they also had this big pumper bottle of Worlds of Fun sweet and mellow barbecue sauce. And I saw this at the park behind the River City Grill for a couple of weeks. And this past week, Friday, I should have taken a picture of it, but I did not, or a video. I did not. They had this, but they also had another bottle next to it that said original KC barbecue sauce. So now they have two different barbecue sauces. You could try out both of them if you want. I got a little taste of each on my pulled pork. They both were pretty decent. I actually liked the other one better. So, so here's the dance show I was talking about. Let me see here. Let's see if we've got. Make sure. I'm just gonna make absolutely sure we don't have audio here. But anyway, so they had this dance show going on. Yeah, there's. I'm sorry, folks. I could be bringing these up one by one in the browser, I guess, because now it seems we are a little closer to. Yeah, let me try that. Open with Brave Browser. Okay, let's try this. Stop screen share. Share it on the with my browser here. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to turn the volume way down. Okay. So they got these, the Peanuts characters, and then some park entertainment staff dancing with, and that's all they're really doing is just dancing to pop hits. Pretty cute stuff. Mm, sorry, I gotta open it and then I gotta mute it and share it. Or not mute it, but turn the volume way the heck down so you can hear me. Yeah, I was actually got to dance with little Snoopy. Pretty cute little kids dance show. And yeah. Okay, so then after the Snoopy show, that was also on the 12th. Yes, that was also on the 12th. After the Snoopy show, I went to check out the saloon show. And like I said, I was really fixated on this idea of putting together a possum trot area video. Part of the issue with this is uh, around the middle of the month, the actor for Cyclone Sadie, and there was probably, I think there was there were two actors that were missing from the Possum Trot cast, and I went back two or three times that week and just could not, like, there were some shows that were canceled. There were other shows that they tried to do with a partial cast. It kind of just sucked because I was really hoping to put together enough content for this video. Well, let me go ahead and open this. You know what? Let's go back to the slideshow. Mm, because this isn't going to have a whole lot of audio, and I'll switch back and forth between the browser and the slideshow. Okay, so this is going to be some of the they do sell some stuff inside the saloon. Now again, they may be transforming the saloon right now that the shows might not be running. I don't know. So this might be outdated information, but they do sell stuff. So they've got all these toys and trinkets. Did you see the stuffed possum? Let me go ahead and pause that there at the end of that. See the stuffed possums down here? That's why they call it possum trot, folks. They have these interesting hats and mugs with this new weird, clearly AI generated design. Yeah, they got sheriff badges with your name on it. They had mine. You got these red, white, and blue cowboy hats. I almost bought one of those. And then, of course, Timberwolf hats. I mean, this is as close as you're going to get to a Timberwolf ride shop. Most of the other roller coasters have their own shop attached. This is the closest you're going to get to a Timberwolf ride shop. So here they've got, gemstones, rocks, geodes, fool's gold. Okay, now they also had this plastered, all these weird, like, parody versions of famous plays plastered all over the wall. They had, and of course, they had a few of the actors out there trying to hustle people into coming in. Which, by the way, these would be the only two actors other than the mayor playing piano. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and actually switch this over to the browser again. Now that I know where I'm at in the show here. Open with Brave Browser. Let's go ahead and turn the volume down a little bit and share that. So this is before the show. The mayor's just playing some piano to kind of lure people in. You had another little stuffed possum there with some yarn. So I just found my seat. Let's go ahead and get into just some of the live show. Open with Brave Browser. Okay. Here's a good little 4-minute clip.
Applesauce. There we go.
Woohoo!
Now, this here general store has been through a lot of changes in El Paso, right? A lot. You know, it was shook up pretty bad by a cyclone that come through here a while back. You can actually still see it. Look at the beams up there. not quite level the way they should be. Cyclone Sam and Cyclone Sadie got their names from that thing. And it was even a photography studio there at one time. And, well, legend has it, it was nearly burned down when old Mother Murphy left the lantern in the storage shed back there. And that means you all can help me out with this next song by singing the last line. All right, it's real simple. It goes, "There'll be a hot time in the old town tonight." All right, just the last line. Here we go.
You guys are falling behind.
Man, it's still super loud. I forget how loud this can get. So this is pretty much what the whole show is Mayor Paw singing to us. Oh wait, what do we have here? Woohoo! We have the sheriff and Cyclone Sam dancing like ladies.
Here, Big Country Bars has its own legends. While back east in the Ohio Valley, it's the legend of Johnny Appleseed.
I like apples.
And up north in Minnesota, it's Paul Bunyan. Well, down in the Southwest, it's the legend of Pecos Bill. Pecos Bill was quite a cowboy down in Texas.
It's a pretty cute little show. I'm imagining when they have the full cast, it's even funnier and better. But and that's nothing against the sheriff and Cyclone Sam here. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the next video. A little bit more of this.
Come to think of it, I ain't seen Albert the Undertaker in a while neither. You know, Albert the Undertaker's shop is just a couple doors down. You can go up and take a look at it. You know, he really got into a booming business here in Possum Trot when he first arrived, taking care of all those cowboys out there.
I wish I had better footage of the mayor himself.
All that trouble out there.
Well, we can get into that here in a little bit too.
Oh, bury me. Next one all by yourselves. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah, this one gets a little cute.
Anything better than you. No, yes I can. No, you can. Yes I can. No, you can. Yes I can. Yes I can. Anything you can do, I can do greater. Sooner or later, I'm greater.
All right, I think I'm going to save the rest of that for the Possum Trot show that I'm eventually going to do. All right, let's go back to the slideshow feature here. Stop the screen share, start the screen share. And then let me skip forward, skip forward, skip forward, skip forward, skip forward. Okay, now we're getting into, let's see. Okay, apparently this was also the 12th. All right, so let's. I just basically filmed the entrance to Timberwolf for some reason. Oh, because it was closed. Oh yeah, it was down for about a week and a half. A little filming I did of some of the painting that they're doing to the we call it Bicentennial Square building fronts. These have all been completely painted and they're kind of awesome now. I need to redo it. Yet another shot of the Undertaker's store. or Undertaker's little house there. Another little shot of the photo op and the jail. Hey, we already covered all that. Okay, so after the initial, let's see, when was this taken? Properties. Well, it wasn't all taken on the 12th. What the heck is going on with my dates? Okay, if that was on the 12th, when was the other one? Oh, my Lord. Oh, okay. Yeah, it was the 12th because the photo was next to this in line. So, yeah, this is basically the same shot as the photo earlier. I doubled up. Okay, so this is the stage where they do the Critter campaign show. And I'd planned on seeing the Critter campaign show on this day, and this was one of the days where they cut it, said they didn't have the cast. I did catch the Squawk Bird show, or at least the second half of it. Oh yeah, you guys can't hear it. Yeah, let me bring that one up in the old browser. Open with browser. Okay, now add to stage. Here we go. Turn the volume down just a touch. Oh wait, nope, that ain't it. That's it.
I know, because you know what you're gonna do. He wants to kiss me. You want to kiss me? I know that's crazy. You might be part
The
of
Squawk Bird show.
Well, that would explain his love for the circus so right. He wants to be a
Is
circus
pretty
performer.
consistently amazing every year. I got to catch it at least twice.
The most dangerous trick in the entire show: the circus barrel doom. I'm not sure if you're laughing at danger or if that's a nervous giggle. He's been practicing, but he's a little nervous about this too. Can you step up? All right, you look pretty secure now. You stepped up very nicely. Okay, now I'm going to help you out. Oh, you're doing pretty good. The audience believes in you after all. You can do it. Right, audience? You can do it? Yeah.
Woohoo!
There you go. You got him going. Thanks, sir, for that boy. He's doing really good. He's rolling out the barrel. He had a barrel of punches. We told him it could be done. Good job, audience.
Woohoo! All right, so yeah, you gotta love the Squawk Bird show. Let's see, what else do we have here? All right, now I think we're getting into the next little group of videos. Okay, so this is from the 22nd. Okay, that's just some B-roll of the Patriot out there. Let's open this with browser. Okay, so this was they were still doing the weekend fireworks shows. I caught whatever the heck this was out by the trees outside of Patriot. I got there early because I had asked a buddy to ride Skyliner with me. I have been avoiding Skyliner for the no single rider policy. So I went ahead and caught a ride on Skyliner. I still have yet to get good B-roll footage of Skyliner, but this is probably about the best I'm going to get for a while. All right, what else footage okay, here's a little more footage of Skyliner. I got a little bit of the DJ for the Coasters After Dark event. Again, only 4-second clip here. Oh. And that was the DJ over by Patriot. And as always, again, whenever a ride's down, I make sure to document that the ride is still down. So got a little bit more of Steelhawk, just still in testing on the 22nd. Okay, got a little bit of B-roll footage here of Timberwolf again. I think I might have gotten some Mamba footage over there too. Open with. Just some B-roll of the ride station. Open with. There we go. Got some B-roll over back by the Cosmic Coaster. Still all the pieces still laying there in pieces. I don't know what's going on. I thought it was going to be shipped away. I thought that whole post from the construction company said it had to be gone by the 3rd. All still laying over there. Got some B-roll from the Timberwolf station. Got some B-roll of Mamba. Go ahead and mute that. All right. And then, of course, a little bit more B-roll of Timberwolf. Gotta love that. That lift hill. Gorgeous when that lift hill is lit up at night. I wish I could get better photos of it than I do, but, I'm still a little bit of a rookie at this, by the way. Okay, once it goes up the lift hill, of course, you got to get it coming down. Great ride. All right, open with. Got a little B-roll footage of the inside of the queue at Cyclone Sam's. Which, this is interesting because, this TV screen here, they had brought back the pre-show, the old pre-show with the old man Cyclone Sam. I think they should, in my opinion, they should refilm that with the Cyclone Sam actor from Possum Trot. Like, surely he could do the same script with the same machine and, maybe have Cyclone Sadie in the background going, "What are you doing?" or something. It'd be amazing. They need to do it. Make it consistent. Use your theming. Use your theming worlds of fun. But no. Right. I caught a little bit of the show at the entry just as I was walking by. The what do you call it? The Rhythm Nights show. Let me go ahead and yeah, my camera wouldn't go into focus there for a second. See, this is the kind of stuff I would edit properly if I was putting a video together. But I've got enough of the Rhythm Nights stuff in my other videos. And then once again, the same DJ outside of Patriot, I got again once more. Yet another 5-second clip. I think I was just in a good mood and filming stuff. Image. Let's see. Open with some more B-roll of Mamba. I think it's a 2-second clip. Nothing important. There we go. There she's going up. Okay. That was a short clip too. I'm sorry. Now, now you may remember the first video I did, the second video I did for Coasters After Dark. I mentioned that I was too late for the $5 beer, right? I mentioned that I was too late for the $5 beer. Well, I wasn't going to let that happen again because the third Coasters After Dark, I made sure to give me a $5 beer. Get the volume down a little bit.
I didn't miss out this time. We got it.
I made sure to get that $5 beer. Let's see. The next is just some filming of Boomerang, and that was pretty much. I stopped filming stuff after that, so I'm gonna. I'm gonna couch that though. There were some photos taken after that because shortly after that is when I hooked up with some people in the public groups over on Facebook. And we took some group photos. We did a group ride in which I saved the ride photos, had a great time, had a blast with those folks. That second coaster, the third Coasters After Dark, was just amazing. By the way, folks, I'm going to be at the Coasters After Dark this Wednesday. And I'm covering a little bit more of my trip reports here. And I am going to talk a little bit more about where we are at in the season and my sort of final thoughts on the first few months of the park this season and what we have to look forward to the next couple of months. So stay tuned. I'm still going to do that. But now I think we are moving on to the next visit. Which is just a few videos left that I took this past Friday. So let's go ahead and open with browser.
Kevin Miles here once again at Worlds of Fun. Gonna be bringing this up during the live stream, I hope. Showing you some of my recent visits. You know, these aren't enough content to do a whole dang trip report. I'm here getting some content for future videos. But yeah, I figured, we could just have a little conversation, which is why I want to do the live stream. We can just have a little conversation about experiences at the park in recent weeks. Instead of doing one trip report, just kind of do an overall check-in.
Yeah, so I forgot I filmed this way. I intended this to be like the opening, and I screwed the pooch on that. I'm sorry.
Y'all are saddled in for it. But as of right now, I'm going to go see if I can get in time for a show. It's almost 5 o'clock, and I want to try to catch maybe the Rewind show, one of the last shows of the year. So I'll see you soon.
Okay, so there was that. And yeah, I did catch the Rewind show. We're going to get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead and open this video, see what this is. Why did I take this video? Oh, I think I was just trying to get more Patriot B-roll. My camera was foggy. All right. So I've seen other people take photos and videos of the Magician Studio store, the art gallery store, Magician's Studio in Europa. And since I was on my way to the Rewind show, I made sure to go through Europa, and I wanted to go to the Magician Studio store and check it out and see if there's anything I wanted to buy, but once again, it was
So every
closed.
time I come here, the Magician Studio just happens to be closed. I don't get to enjoy the fine art. But there's a little peek inside. Looks like fun.
Yep. I wish I could be a part of it. I took a little B-roll of the fountain over in Europa. It was a windy as heck day too. Look at the spray off. It was a beautiful night at the park on Friday. And of course, yeah, I did catch the Rewind show. I only got a few clips of it because I was pretty much enjoying it. I earlier in the season I did a whole video on shows. I wasn't necessarily trying to get a bunch of content, so I pretty much saved it for toward the end of the show. I wasn't really filming. Oh, that's super loud. My bad. All right, so there you got that. Let me go ahead and hopefully we're still live on YouTube because they don't like copyrighted content on live streams, so I gotta be careful with this. All right. And then, is this the end? Uh-oh. What did I do? Okay. It just, for some reason, opened in a different window. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's an image. Dang it. How did I get an image and not a video of the end? Dang it. That's why that video was what it was. All right. What other videos do we have? Oh. Got a little video here of Le Taxi Tour. There's some beauty of the Europa section of the park. Open with. Got some more B-roll footage of the train. Yeah, I've spent so much time in the Wild West and Europa sections of the park. Oh, look at a bunny rabbit. Wild West and Europa sections of the park the last few times that I of course I do my night prowl. I did want to talk about the new sign on top of the Coke Freestyle in the East Asia section of the park. Got the Asian font there. Pretty cool theming. I still find it weird that the two Coca-Cola Freestyle machines are so close to each other, and like every other section of the park doesn't get the Coke Freestyle. Also got a little bit more B-roll footage outside of Bamboozler here with the fountain going. Just stuff I might want to have for the future here. And of course, I got a little bit more Prowler footage from the we call it the haunted homecoming queue line area. I snuck past the chain and got some Prowler B-roll. My favorite ride in the park, the best ride at Worlds of Fun, if you will. Let's see where. Although I had this little cardinal outside. Oh, I forgot to share it. There we go. This little cardinal outside of River City Grill when I was having my dinner. Always love seeing cardinals at the park. All right. And then I think the last thing I have, which sucks because there's one other thing I want to talk about here after this. So the last thing I have footage-wise before I go hunting for that other... Yeah, this is nothing. I still need to hunt for my critter campaign footage. That was the footage I was missing at the beginning of the show that was in a different folder. And I seem to have closed that folder. What did I do with it? Oh Lord, I have so many tabs, so many windows, so many folders open. This is crazy. A look into my disorganization, folks. Uh-oh, where did that other folder go? Oh no. Is this it? Oh man. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so here's a little some of the critter campaign. And once again, you're going to start off by seeing old Cyclone Sam up there on the stage next to the Cloud Poofer 1000. Now you remember the actual ride, the Chance Wipeout ride that's inside the Cyclone Sam's Cloud Poofer 2000. So the Wipeout ride that you can ride is called the Cyclone Sam's Cloud Poofer 2000. And so this is the Cloud Poofer 1000. And I remember I asked him in that other video, I asked him if that little tornado in the glass jar was the Cloud Poofer 4000. He goes, no, it's the Cloud Poofer 4. All right. So anyway, so now you got Cyclone Sam next to Cloud Poofer 1000. And yeah, the 1000. Now, if you don't remember from my other video, the 1000 has the toilet attached to the side. And then once again, we got the
Come on down now, friends. We have a critter campaign. Okay, come on down now, friends. Hi there. Unlimited voice. There it is. Ancient citizens.
Okay, so this is again them trying to just holler at people and get a little advertising for the show. I'm gonna skip a couple videos here because it's just more of that. All right, open with. There we go. And no, that's not going to be it either. Okay, I guess I did this all in one video. Okay, let's try that.
Gather room. Good job. Welcome to the second biggest.
A whole 10-minute video here.
I've ever done seeing the second the time Cyclone Sadie got canceled on Critter. Yeah, that's right. Mayor Frost.
Yeah, so he's saying Cyclone Sadie wasn't there.
All afternoon. Well, this might really be something.
Once again, I think this was the 22nd, wasn't it? Or the 15th?
Ow.
Oh, the 12th.
This just might be my final public appearance.
So now you could actually see Mayor Paul Longbottom now that he's not behind a piano.
Oh, Paul, what happened to your finger?
Oh, well, the possum happened. I got...
You see, you hear the ambient noise of the air in the detonator behind me.
I got bit. Yes, by old Lily Blossom, the town possum.
Lily Blossom, the town possum done bit you, but she ain't never bit no one.
Well, that feisty marsupial finally took a chance. I think it's high time that we got rid of our town mascot. It's out with the possum.
Oh, okay there, Paul. Everybody knows Possum tried. It's proud of its possums. We can't just go replace our town mascot.
Well, ever since I got bit behind the pickle barrel this afternoon, I've had a change of heart.
Oh, excuse me, Mary. You can't just get rid of the past, and that critter built this town.
Yeah. Well, that critter's had enough shenanigans over the years. Why last week, she ate my peanut butter and pineapple sandwich.
Oh, that's what makes him charming. Well,
all right. Yeah, this is pretty cute.
What are the other options?
Oh, that's easy. Rabbits.
Oh, rabbits. Oh, tell me about the rabbits.
Oh, well, sure thing, Sheriff. Why, they're fun, and they're frightful, and they're fast, and they're furious. I got a new name for the town all sorted out. Here we go.
Oh no, not Rabbitsville. All right, so yeah, I am gonna do a whole possum trot show or video in the future. Not gonna do it right now, but this is kind of cute. All right, let me. What? Here we go. No, is this the same folder? Oh, this is the same folder. Okay. Am I missing any other videos? Oh. Yeah, nothing important. I'm not really missing anything important. Just walking past spinning dragons. And then I did a little... Let's see, properties. That's the 15th. Okay, so I had a little pre... Yeah, we should probably watch these. Dang it. Yeah, all of these videos were taken on the 15th. So the day of the Oceans of Fun party. I did get a ride on Spinning Dragons, Patriot, and Prowler before the between the Critter Campaign show and the let's see, and the pool party. I was trying to make sure I had enough time to get as many coasters as I could in between, but I was only able to get the 3. You know what? I'm not going to bring any of that up. I might make a short out of some of that if I've got time. But okay, and then the rest of the day was just the pool party. So okay, enough of those videos. We'll go ahead and bring that down, and let's have a serious conversation about the state of enchanted parks. So, one of the new things that we covered on the show this past week was the dining plan. We covered it on the Tuesday show. I was at the park on Friday. One of the things I wanted to make sure I did was have a conversation with guest services about the use of the gift cards, because one thing I keep running into in the Facebook groups are a lot of people claiming that they can't use their gift cards, that the gift cards aren't working. And when you use the gift cards, you can't get the change back, or you can't then use the change and add it to cash, and that you have to buy something that the gift card is more of, which, is kind of against federal law right now because they changed the laws regarding gift cards. This is a technology issue. This isn't a policy issue. This isn't Enchanted Flags ripping people off. This is a software limitation. I think they slapped together a gift card service just to try to get something documented where people could have access with an amount number to eventual credit for the park, and they're still trying to get it working. Now, again, with a lot of the technology seems to be one of the biggest issues that Worlds of Fun is having right now. I don't know what the deal with that is. I know they're working with Vantage software. One of the things James Harhai over on his social media and over on LinkedIn, and a lot of the things you see with the relationship between Enchanted Parks and Vantage Technologies is like their whole shtick. Vantage's whole shtick is, we want to make all of these separate vendors communicate in a platform. I don't know how successful that's going to be. I don't know how successful that's coming along right now. We the fans expected to have an app by Memorial Day. The app didn't come until 2 months later. We got it just a few weeks ago. And even then, the app has practically zero functionality. You can't add the gift cards. They just now got wait times on there. You can't navigate. There's not a whole lot of information about the rides. There's a lot of shortcomings. Now, the assumption is all of that's still coming. Now, before it's like, okay, we can't function because we don't have anything. Now we have something. We have a bare bones. We have a skeleton that they can build upon, and features will start coming online one by one by one. But right now, the technology doesn't work. It doesn't communicate. And right now, half of us pass holders still have Six Flags passes with Six Flags benefits and Six Flags, things that we were sold by Six Flags. These aren't Enchanted Parks products. And so the technology they're trying to build, they got to make sure it works sort of cross-platform, and they got to make sure that their customers are doing things like I did. Download the app, port your QR code over, get in the Enchanted Parks environment, get in the Enchanted Parks digital environment. Make that transition easier. Keep your Six Flags app on your phone if you want to go to Six Flags Over Texas or Six Flags Great America in Chicago. Keep those things on your phone, but also download the Enchanted Parks app. Get in that Enchanted Parks environment. That way you can do things like buy this new dining plan, this 10-pack of dining tickets. Now, so, like I said, I wanted to go to guest services and talk to them about the gift card and about the dining plan. And one of the things that James Harhigh on Facebook had said was that, yeah, we got this 10-pack of dining plan, and you should be able to buy it at the box office at the park with your gift card. Yay. Great news. Great news. So far, nobody's been able to get that to work. Someone in the group today said that they went to the Oceans of Fun box office and they did not have it. I personally went to guest services. I wasn't going to leave the park. My assumption, again, it could be a completely incorrect assumption. My assumption was that, yeah, the ticketing software is all the same, right? No, yes, no, maybe. I don't know. But I'm assuming the ticketing software is the same. So they have it available online on their website, as we covered on Tuesday. But you can't enter the gift card number on the website. So when James on Facebook says gift card available, you can't do it on the website. And now we've had someone go to the Oceans of Fun ticketing box office and someone go to the guest services desk at Worlds of Fun, and both were told, no, the only thing we have is a 9-pack of meals that we can sell. And the price was a little higher. Now, ultimately, I did use my credit card and purchased it online. And then when you purchase it online, you have to upload it to your, let's see, You have to upload it to your Enchanted Parks app. So you have to have the Enchanted Parks app to purchase this. Well, to redeem. I mean, I guess you could just purchase it and never use it, but to redeem it, you have to have the Enchanted Parks app. Now, I want to. Yeah, I think I think I can show my screen now. Mind you, a lot of folks have cracked phone screens. So I'm gonna preface this by saying I have a screen protector on my phone that just happens to have a few cracks in it. I planned on replacing it this evening. So if you see some cracks in my screen, oh well. But I'm gonna just kind of show you up close what my app looks like now that I have uploaded my Six Flags Prestige Pass and now this 10-pack combo meal. Now, what was weird was the active tab. Now, here, I'll click the active tab under my entitlements. You see, there's nothing in the active tab. Okay, nothing in the active tab of my entitlements. The 10-pack combo meal was in the active part until I used it one time. And so I asked the cashier there at River City, hey, is there a way to just look and see how many I have left? And the cashier said, well, I can look. I can see that you still can redeem them, but it doesn't tell me how many times. But if you look at the inactive tab, see that? It says redeemed, and it says my Prestige Season Pass has been redeemed. And you see where it says combo meal is only good at Worlds of Fun, but Prestige Season Pass is good at multi-site. So I'm assuming that's the all 8 Enchanted Parks. So yeah, you got to link that stuff to the app, and then you scan the barcode. I'm not going to show you my barcode, but it's a big barcode. It's got like, how most QR codes have like the 3 squares in the corners? Yeah, that one has like a bunch of them, and then like it's got a bunch more like shapes and pixels inside of it. So yeah, I mean, I'm assuming they're going to be able to put all kinds of stuff in that barcode. All right. So yeah, it's a little frustrating still that for every 2 steps forward with the technology, with the products, with improvements to the park, there are these little, yeah, but you still got to step over the pothole to get there. And so it's great to have a dining plan. It's great to have an app, but it'd be even better if we could like make sure it works right. Make sure you could, like, I'm scared that I'm going to go to the park and use this thing again, and it's going to be like, nope, you ran out of uses. No, I should have 9 left. I've had 1 meal. Also, there's a situation with the gift cards. I'm going to say it right out. I didn't get the correct amount. I'm not complaining about it. I'm going to try to work with the park about the correct amount on the gift card. I don't know if they've refunded me also for my drink plan. Because here's the thing. I got a little too much if it was just the dining plan, but I didn't get enough if they've refunded my dining and drink plan that I bought at the same time. But I also find it funny that I bought the dining and drink plan at the same time, and then they gave me the whole rigmarole. Before I even asked for a refund, they were giving me a whole rigmarole about getting a drink cup because I bought the souvenir cup plan. Anyway, cheers to Sanglan over on the Rumble. Good seeing you. By the way, this was another sale item when they had the straws mine, but the cup, they were having these marked way down. I think they were like 70% off during the Coasters After Dark 2 night. So, and then they're normally 50% off. Anything with the old Lift Hill logo, see, it's got the old Lift Hill, not the tin can. The old Lift Hill logo, and then they had one that had like fluffy, cartoony animals on it. Anything with those two logos on it was like 50% off the last few times I've been to the park. I'm assuming that sale's still going on. Not a clue. Oh, so Enchanted Parks, Worlds of Fun. Now, a lot of people are speculating about James Harhigh being in Atlanta last week, speculating that one of the Enchanted Parks might get the Airy Force One coaster that, oh, by the way, Airy Force One is officially gone. It closed about an hour ago. There is no more Airy Force One coaster. I mean, it still exists. It still exists. It's still built. But yeah, the officially closed an hour ago. So rest in peace, Airy Force One coaster. For now, hopefully being resurrected. Hopefully at an Enchanted Park. But yes, in fact, Fun Spot Atlanta is officially closed as of 15 minutes ago. So no more Fun Spot Atlanta and no more Airy Force One RMC coaster for a while. Yeah, I guess there was a little press release saying that they couldn't fit it in any of their Florida parks either, so they are looking for a buyer for it. So, I mean, fingers crossed, folks. Fingers crossed that Enchanted Parks gets it. Again, I'd love to see it at Worlds of Fun. I honestly think if any Enchanted Park gets it, it should be Michigan. Who knows? Michigan just has not had investment, any kind of investment to draw visitors in a long time, and I don't know if their operations are bad. Look, this is the thing. This is one of my big problems with Worlds of Fun. I kind of mentioned it earlier. The customer service stuff, right? The park is great. The park employees have a great attitude. But if you have any kind of issue, any kind of problem, and oftentimes the problems are being caused by upper management, policies that are put in place that don't make any sense, staffing cuts, rides either not being open or rides being down to one train for seemingly no reason, just because the park's not busy, but yet the park is busy, the lines are long. I believe James Harhigh when he says he wants to improve these parks. I believe Damian Nelson when he says he wants to bring Worlds of Fun back to glory. And the Coasters After Dark stuff is great. The Flamingo Beach Club Nights stuff is great. A lot of the live entertainment, a lot of these shows are awesome. They're poorly promoted. The Coasters After Dark, great promoted. Like, that's one of the best promoted things. But these live stage shows like we just saw, the Critter campaign, no real promotion of it. There was this was that Red, White, and Tunes show throughout the Americana 250 part of the summer festival. Red, White, and Tunes, where they were having local acts performing on the stage over there by Patriot. I tried hard to find out who those local acts were. They were rotating different days, different artists, different days. I was trying to find out more information. No possible way. There's just no way to find out who those artists were. I mean, you pretty much had to be there and ask the artists as they were leaving the stage how to find them on social media. because again, you're doing this, you're going to promote local acts. Is there a way to find out who these local acts are? No, just no. So again, live entertainment, great, sort of, but no information, no promotion, no social media presence engaging in those kinds of things. Uh, as far as the park goes, one of the biggest complaints I'm seeing is closing the park early due to weather, closing the park early due to low attendance, closing the park early just for shits and giggles. And I've already stated several times on my show, one of my biggest issues is closing the park early. Again, I mentioned earlier in the stream how last year I was able to go to the park 3 times a week sometimes. This year, they're closing the park at 7:00. And I don't have a car right now. I mean, I have a car. I'm not able to drive right now. So by the time I get off of work, it takes me an hour and a half to get there on a bus. I've got 30 minutes to do anything in the park, but then the park's closing. Oftentimes, by the time I get there, they're already shutting down the restaurants that I just bought a dining pass for. And mind you, even if I get there while the restaurants are still open, by that time of the day, they're no longer making fresh, hot food. I mean, yeah, running an entire park fully staffed takes a lot of money, takes a lot of staff, takes a lot of time. And if you're not getting the attendance, you can't justify being open a number of hours. But then again, if you're closing before people can get off of work and come to the park or bring their kids to the park, guess what's going to happen to your attendance? It's going to keep going down. Let me do something real quick. Let me go over and look at Valley Fair and St. Louis and see what their hours have been like. Oh, look. It's Sunday. It is Sunday, and St. Louis is open till 9 p.m. tonight. And Tuesday, Wednesday, 6 or no, 8. Tuesday and Wednesday they're open till 8. Worlds of Fun closes at 7. So, it's an hour difference, but that's a big difference. That hour, that could be a big difference. Let me look at Valley Fair here. Valley Fair is open till 9 tonight. Worlds of Fun open till 8. Water Park closed at 6. So basically, Worlds of Fun closes an hour early than the other enchanted parks. About Michigan. Michigan till 8. So Michigan also closes the same time on Worlds of Fun. I heard Worlds of Fun has been packed all weekend, by the way. So I don't want to hear anything about attendance. Heck, you could have been open till 9, 10 o'clock tonight if you had the staff and probably kept the park packed, kept people spending money. I don't get the closing early, especially this time of year when everyone wants to. Silver Dollar City literally last night stayed open till midnight. They had 2 firework and drone shows last night. But Worlds of Fun can't stay open past 8 o'clock on the weekend. Worlds of Fun's closing here in about 30 minutes. I bet all their food and beverage stands are already closed. I get it. You can't pay for the staffing. You got to justify the staffing based on attendance. But if what I heard about the last 2 days about attendance at the park is true, you got your justification right there. Now we got Haunt coming up. We got Oktoberfest coming up. I specifically asked the park, does this dining pass work for the authentic German food specials during Oktoberfest? I was told yes. But again, who did I ask? I don't know. I don't know if it was a PR person at the park. I don't know if it was a third-party customer service agency. I don't know if it was an AI chat bot. I messaged Worlds of Fun on Facebook, and first they didn't even know what I was talking about. And then they came with a very detailed, very precise answer at exactly what I was talking about. It's like, okay, cool. And said yes, that they will be honored for that. Okay. Now, am I going to get a different answer when I go to the park and I have that poor young cashier in front of me and I'm trying to no, yeah, I ordered the food, but now I've got this pass, and are they going to tell me no, you got to pay with cash here? I don't know. Because this is the experience people are having with Enchanted Parks. I mean, heck, the That's So Mid, the guy from Australia, That's So Mid on YouTube. He went to St. Louis. He put up a video last week of him going to St. Louis, and like they stopped him. The security stopped him and told him he couldn't have a camera. It's like, okay, well, it's one thing if he's like taking the camera on the rides. Like the ride ops should stop him and call security. But it's one thing I've heard they've banned selfie stick. It's one thing if you got a selfie stick, right? Or if you're taking things, but literally just having a camera with you in the park is banned in St. Louis. And by the way, not just banned, but banned and yet not on the website. There's nothing in their code of conduct about just having a camera in the park. Can't take them on rides. But having a blogging camera in the park was a no-go for That's So Mid. And, again, for a while there, they didn't have anything on any of their websites about filming on rides with meta glasses. Now they have explicitly said no cameras at all on rides whatsoever. So yeah, they do have that on their websites. But it's all of these things where you communicate these policies or lack of communication on these policies, and then we the vlogger or the customer show up and try to do certain things at the park, like, I don't know, buy a dining plan with a gift card. And we find out that, yeah, when you got this poor cashier in front of you, it just literally doesn't work. And all they can tell you is no. Never a why it doesn't work, or never a who you can talk to in the Enchanted Parks network that would, sort of figure out the conflict here and come to a resolution of the message being sent publicly versus the actual experience on the ground. Sort of resolve the difference between those two things. But that being said, a lot of people have a lot of complaints about the park. And yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, there are tech issues. Yeah, there are customer relations issues. Yes, there are staffing issues. And heck, I'll even say it, there might be maintenance issues. I don't know why it took so many months to get all of these rides online, but almost every ride's going now. Let's see. It's been a while since I took a peek at the ride. Ride status page. Let's take a peek at it. Beagle Brigade Airfield. Fury of the Nile is down again, and Steelhawk and Zulu. Okay, so Fury of the Nile down again. It was only up for a couple of weeks, and now it's back down. Hopefully they're fixing the Thunder Jets. I don't know. But again, maintenance issues, customer service issues, technology issues, and hopefully they're getting those things ironed out. And, you know, I don't have reason to believe that Haunt will be a bad experience. The park will be busy. And let's see. Well, let's go to late September and look at the hours on Saturdays. See, noon to 11. That's what it should have been all summer. Why do they wait until the fall for such late weekend hours? Oh, that's right. They're probably trying to limit part-time hours to these young folks. And you can't do it if you're working them through the week. And then looks like noon to midnight, October 24th. Okay, yeah, the week before and the week of Halloween. Looks like they're staying open until midnight those 2 weekends. Bold move there. I think 11 is perfect. I think 10 is perfect, when it's going into the summer, but I think once you get to July, that's when you start doing midnight or, yeah. Or you do 10 and then 11 and midnight. All right. Well, anyway, so I'm just now repeating myself at this point. So yeah, here we are halfway through the season, and look, Enchanted Parks has resolved a lot of issues. We don't know what they got going on behind the scenes. For all we know, Air Force One could be sitting out there at Worlds of Fun Avenue this time next year. I doubt it, but they could be doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't know about. We don't know what's going on with the app. If there's a lot of functionality that they're beta testing on the back end that we're not going to see for a long time, but all of a sudden the app's going to be completely different one day, kind of like they always do with Facebook. They like rearranging stuff on with the Facebook UI all the time, and it's so annoying. But yeah, Enchanted Parks could be doing that with the app. For all I know, Vantage Technologies. It again, from James Harhigh's own social media, he promotes his working with Vantage Technologies, and Vantage Technologies just keeps promoting the fact that, like, we want to make all your vendors be able to communicate with, all the information from all your vendors communicate with your platform in one spot. Like, that's their shtick. So the idea that none of these things are working together right now, that none of these things seem to be functioning in a unified environment right now, like, on the one hand, feels like a gigantic failure on the part of Vantage Technologies. But also, I understand that Vantage Technologies, like, the full package of their system is not online yet. And who knows what they're doing on the back end. I wish them luck. I wish them well. I'm hoping we have some of this by the end of the season. But really, folks, the one thing I want to ask you to do is remember that this season, 2026, is a transition season. It's not going to be perfect. It's probably still not going to be perfect at the end of Haunt. Who knows? Who knows the changes that are going to be made between now and the end of October? I don't know. We still have all of August, September, and October to go. We've got another 3 months of this coaster season left. I say coaster season, amusement park season. My bad. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up here. I'm going to be back this Tuesday for a late show. I want to throw this out there. I posted on Facebook, and I think I may have made an announcement on YouTube social posts that one Tuesday every month I have a meeting in my real life career that I have to be at in the evening on a Tuesday. So my amusement news stream, the first Tuesday of every month, will be super late at night, be around 9-10 o'clock at night. Usually every other Tuesday, it's going to be around 6:30, 7 o'clock Central. But yes, the first Tuesday of the month, which is going to be this upcoming Tuesday, it will be super late at night, and I will try to make it on as soon as I can. I will try to get I'll try to craft behind the scenes a little spreadsheet of all the stuff I need to talk about, so that way I could just bring it up on the live stream and kind of do things on the fly. But for the most part, if you're going to catch the amusement news stream, it's going to be consistent 3 weeks out of the month at least. And then, yeah, it just seems like, that first week of the month, it's going to have to be late at night. You could always catch it on Wednesday. If you don't want to stay up late, catch it on Wednesday. Leave me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know you've been by. Let me know you've been by here if you're catching this on demand later. But until then, you always click that notification bell too. It'll let you know when I'm going live. And yeah, click that like button, subscribe, share this off platform if you can. And I will catch you next time on Miles of Fun. Yeah, thank you over there on YouTube. Yes, I hope that goes well too. And yeah, thanks for coming by. I'll catch y'all next time. Keep your hands, feet, legs, and arms inside the ride at all times, and keep your safety restraints on. Remain seated until the ride comes to a full and complete stop. I'll catch you next time on Miles of Fun.